Hey everybody, we're going to do a little detailing today up here on the Cascade subdivision. We're going to go down to the underground layer, and one of these nice $3-4 Amtrak Dome cars that I got up in, where was it? Battleground, is going to become one of these. Southern Pacific built them themselves. They called them 3/4 domes, but if you look at the picture, it's more like 9/10. This photo is on railpictures.net, and I think the fellow's name is Marty something or other. Let me get down to it because I want to give credit where credit. Marty Bernard, and from railpictures.net. And this is a 3/4 dome car built by Southern Pacific. These are not perfect, but they're pretty close, and when we get it painted up or decaled up, it's going to look pretty good. I'm going to save the auto train one to paint it up in daylight colors. What I feel like challenging that. This one will be hard enough because there's no decent decals out there that I'm aware of. I went to a site called SP Modeling or Model the SP or something like that, and they said the Walters ones are wrong and you got to try a place called Thin Film, and Thin Film was only making HO. But I want to get that dome car so that I can run it on not one of these little locals, but on the daylights. This scheme is from 58 on, and they would have had some daylight painted ones. But the very first thing we're going to do is take good old-fashioned Testors aluminum model paint, and we're going to paint over the Amtrak. I had hoped that perhaps the stripes would line up with some of the other cars on either the Amtrak. Let's see if I can get that focused in right. On either the Amtrak cars or the auto train, but the stripes come right under the dome glass, and that's not going to be right for either of those. So we're going to paint the shell aluminum, we're going to paint over the Amtrak stuff, and then we'll be back in a minute. Up from the depths. So once it's painted, we're going to decal it the best we can, just with the stripe and the Southern Pacific. I dug through all my decals, which I keep filed over here in plastic bags. Southern Pacific, Amtrak, assorted. It's not the most efficient, but I know where they are. And I dug around, and I found I had used some E7 diesel ones, and that it's not perfect, the script Southern Pacific there in gray, but it's not bad, and it's better than using the block letters like these modern. I've got a couple sheets of them, and it's better than using that type or font. I don't know what the difference is. And then digging around, I'm thinking, well, that stripe, my painting's not that great. Maybe I will. These are from UP hood units. For some reason, I had these, and I may just put those stripes on and have that go right across the top. We'll see. We'll see how it looks. Or I could use this as SP diesels also, and there's red striping. I might use that. I don't know. That looks pretty orange to me. But I want to make it match my Southern Pacific cars like that. So here that looks a lot redder than that. So I don't know. It'll be somewhere in there. Heck, I may end up just putting a Sharpie on it. But we'll get it painted up, let that dry, and then we'll put some decals on. This aluminum is sat for a little bit, so stir it up. Always grab extra napkins wherever I go. And then I'm just going to put the brush right on here and get some of that off. Put on the first little coat. See how it does. I should probably take the time to mask over the windows, but I'm not going to. I've got some, I found some numbers on that E7 decal one. These cars are in like the 3600 to 3604 or 5 or 6 or something. And there's numbers under there. I think there's a 6003, which was for one of the Alco PAs on the Shasta Daylight. I think I'll just cut that up and put 3600 on there, or maybe 3603 or something like that. Put it in the right scheme. Okay, I'll finish this up. Very simple, just model paint, cheap brush, cup of Starbucks. Got the train running by for inspiration. We'll be back. All right, so what a good patient modeler should have done would have been disassemble the car, pull the glass out, and paint it all over. I'm neither good nor patient, but the car is silver now, and we're going to let it dry, and then we'll apply some decals.